All right, so I thought I'd make a little video to let you know what we've been up to since the championship off-road season ended. 22, we ran both short course kart and side-by-side 170. Caleb started this season running both of those classes. Brayden ended up taking over for him about with two rounds to go. Next year, it's just short course karts. We're selling the 170. Brayden's gonna race against his brother in the karts. We're pretty excited about that. When I was a kid, I raced against my brothers in go-karts, and I think we made each other faster, and we all had a lot of fun doing it. So we're pretty excited about that. So this video is gonna pretty much just take you through Brayden's kart. It's a used kart, so we're going through it, not upgrading because it's a spec class, but we're fixing some of the things that maybe could be faster because it's a little bit older. And then we're gonna do a couple things to Caleb's kart, just to make it a little bit smoother and easier for next year as well. So I'm gonna take you through those things now. All right, so Brayden's kart, this one here, that's a Folkman kart. That's basically the originator of doing these short course karts where we run. And then Caleb's kart over there is the newer one made by Aaron's. The Folkman kart has already had some upgrades done to it, where they went through the front and made it more like the Aaron's kart, and then they also went through the back to make it more like the Aaron's kart. So it's a pretty solid platform to work with. We're just going to go through and kind of take over or change some of the things that have worn out. And one of those is up here in the steering rack. The rack that was on it, the boots had deteriorated, and then dirt got in there and kind of wore the rack out, so it had a lot of play in it. So we've got a new one on there. Kind of changed the configuration of the way the body mounts are on the front bumper. Welded a couple tabs on that. We went over here and just where the window net is. The old one, it basically had a nut here, and then a weird way to latch here, where actually the latch was on backwards. You actually had to pull it out, which made them cut the body. So we put that a little bit more normal. Gonna put a different firewall in it, more similar to what's in the newer style karts. It didn't have a floorboard. The guy that ran it before, kid just had to basically put his feet right on the, there's a skid plate that'll go underneath all this, but he had to put his feet right on those bars. So we've bought this from Aaron's, and then you gotta kind of cut it to fit. And then I'll weld some tabs on there and put some grip tape on it, and then Brayden's feet will sit on that. When he's going to use the pedals, gonna go through the whole rear end of the kart. Oh, sorry, coming in there. Gonna go through the whole rear end of the kart where these sprockets, they all gotta be replaced. They're all worn out. Kind of look like teardrops on them now. I don't know how old this kart is. I'd imagine it's probably 6-7 years old, and it's probably been run the entire time, and those are probably original. So we're gonna fix those. That's a different motor that was in it. We put one of the spare motors that came with it into there. That motor and that motor over there, those are gonna go over to Faster Motors. Faster is the guy that can freshen these motors for us, and then he reseals them. Just waiting on him to find out from the series what he's allowed to do to the motors and not. And then once he knows, those are gonna go there. These will turn into our racing motors, and then we'll have 2 other motors for practice. Other than that, this guy's gonna get a body. We're gonna paint it, and it's gonna have a military theme, so that's gonna be pretty cool. We'll show you that once we have them. And then this guy and Brayden's, we're gonna take off the front brakes. We're only gonna run rear brakes. On this one, it's got a dual master cylinder, and we're basically just gonna put a T here and loop that guy. So later on, if we ever wanted to put the front brakes back on, we certainly could. Be a little bit easier to do. And then it's gonna get painted. I don't know what this was. Well, I know what it was painted with, but I don't really want to say. We're gonna get all that off and then repaint it. Problem with what was on there, when you pressure wash it, it just blows right off. And then we're going to repaint these, and then that spindle is actually bent. In the second round, he ran into a guy and it bent that, so I got a new spindle. We're gonna put it on, and then we're ready to go. Brayden's, the fronts are gonna be a little bit easier to take the brakes off. The previous owner just put a T on it, and we're gonna just take the T off, and then he'll just have front brakes. We're also gonna change the throttle cable on this thing. Not too thrilled with the one that's on there. Previous owner actually said that throttle would stick once in a while. Yes, I don't want Brayden worrying about his throttle sticking, so I'm going to change the cable out. We'll even change the way that the cable is connected to the gas pedal. Kind of hangs up and there's a lot of slop, so we'll get that out of there so he doesn't have to worry about any of that stuff, just worrying about driving and racing against the guy in front of him. So we got that going on. We also got some t-shirts coming and sweatshirts, Mada Custom Apparel out of Wisconsin. We raced against those guys last year in the short course kart class. He's moving up to mod kart for next year, but they're gonna make t-shirts and sweatshirts silkscreen for us. So I'll put a link in the description to their company. So if you're interested in getting any kind of promotional products done for your company or team, reach out to them. We recommend it. We're also going to get a new wrap or a wrap for Brayden's kart. Victory Sign out of Wisconsin's going to do that. They did the 170 wrap and they did Caleb's short course kart wrap. So he came up with a pretty cool interpretation of Brayden's theme for this rig, which is a salute to military veterans. So we're actually going to, the chassis came green and we're going to paint the body green. And then he's going to put this this wrap that's just basically white and green. And you'll have to see it. It's going to be pretty cool. It says thank you veterans on it. And we're pretty proud of that. And we're proud of Brayden for thinking of that. So we're going to put that on it. What else? I'm a AMSOIL dealer now, so I'll put a link into that. I got talked into it at the PRI show last weekend. I'll put a link to them, put my dealer number in if you want. I don't know if you get a discount or what, but brand new to it. And then, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Boys and I get a big kick out of that. We got 84 subscribers. They count them all the time. So they're hoping to get to 1,000. So if you're bored and you want to subscribe to us, hit the subscribe button. Just takes a second. Log in first and then hit the subscribe button. And we're about a week away from Christmas. So we hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we will see you next year.